We'll get warmed up to start with, as always, and crack straight on with it. I'm just going to take this off because it is quite warm. I feel like I'm out the other side of that horrible cold thing, but still quite hot. So, all right, let's get started with our warm up here. Oh, I really wanted to fix that. Girls, just start doing the opening your arms and closing your arms. So rounding your back and curving your spine. I'm going to have to get a bit of sticky on that because it's so bright. That's it. I think that's going to stay. Wonderful. Otherwise, there's this big spotlight on me. You can't see me properly. Excuse me. So we are opening and closing. You've probably done enough of those now. Let's take the arms up overhead, grab hold of your wrist, and then we're going to lean to one side, pushing the hips away, bringing it back to the centre, and then over the other side. I didn't check in with you, Elaine, how you felt after Monday. I'll ask you after, or maybe in the middle of this somewhere, after we've done our warm-up. Hope you're feeling all right. Hope your muscles are feeling all right after Monday. It's always a bit of a shock to the body when you come back after a while. Let's go in for our rotation. So we're breathing in, and then we exhale over your shoulders. Excuse me, rotating around, bringing it back to the centre, and over we go. So sorry, this is quite tickly now. Breathing it back to the centre, exhale over your shoulder, inhale back to the centre, exhale over your shoulder. And then we're going to do a little reach up and a roll down, and we'll do a little walk out as well with this one. So we'll breathe in as we take our arms up to the ceiling, and then we're going to roll down here. So remember, if you don't want to come all the way out into this plank here for this warm up, you can just roll back up and just keep doing these ones here, okay? But if you're okay to, bending your knees, hands to the floor, we're going to walk out, come here, just count for 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back in, come back up to standing. Let's do that one more time. A big inhale, and then roll it down. So soften, bend your knees, bring the hands to the floor. We're going to walk out. So this is really good for all of our sort of strength exercises, because we need to switch on our core when we're doing any of those heavy lifts. And that just helps us wake it up. Good. All right, let's go with our gate openers and a step back. So all the way into one foot. We bring one leg up, we go round, rotating the knee in, and then back to the centre. Excuse me, we'll do the step up bit in a minute. Round we go, open and rotate, bring that back round. So now we're going to add in a little step up. So we go up, open, around, and as you get to here, step back and reach up. As so, bring it back together. We go up, hiya Avril, round, rotate, and then come back. Oh yes, so Elaine, you probably won't have seen it, that I've just decided that I'm opening keeping the waiting rooms open now. So you just automatically come in. So what I do is I come on like a few minutes earlier, but just, potter around, and you can automatically just come in as soon as you click on. So if you like to put your, come on and get your Zoom thing ready early, and then you go off and potter around, you can. Oh, looks like Avril's just gone again. She must have lost her connection. If you like to sort of put it on and then potter around, just keep the camera off until you're ready to get started. But it's just good for people. There's a few people that can't always make it exactly on time. It just saves me having to keep an eye on everything. So I can just crack on and people can get in. All right, let's take our feet out nice and wide. Arms out to the side. And then we're going to push the hips back. Slightly soft knees. Bring the hands to the foot. Coming back up to here. And then forward and touch. If you find it difficult to come all the way down to the floor, you can just take your hands to the shin or to the knee. Just as long as we're twisting and going up and down, that's the thing that kind of really warms us up, but we're using lots of joints here as well. Keep your knees soft. Excuse me. Gosh, am I going to be doing this for the whole class? It's so annoying. I do apologise. Definitely on its way out. I felt pretty tired today, but not unwell at all. But it's just that croakiness now. All right, let's shake that out. We're going to take a small bell and do some halos and some prying squats. And I would love us to do something slightly different tonight. So grab hold of your light bell. It wants to be a really nice small light one. Bring it close to your chest, but not leaning on your chest. Elbows in. Take your feet kind of hip width apart. Then we're going to roll around, bringing it back to here, but then we're going to go all the way down to the hip. Then we're going to come back up and around, and then down to the other hip. So what I want you to think about here is keeping your hips facing forward. So it's your upper body, so from your torso upwards, that's rotating. So we're getting a little bit of core work here. So having to kind of use these muscles here to pull that weight back. So a little bit of work in your core muscles as well as the shoulders here. I'm suddenly thinking I should have kept that aircon on. It's like, it's weirdly warm today. I don't know if it is where you are. Let's do one more. I don't know if it is where you are, but it's weirdly warm here today. And it throws me when it's like this. When it's been cold, we go with our feet wide now, coming down into our squats. When it's been chilly and all of a sudden it goes really warm again, it kind of throws you a little bit. Me and my son went out for a drive and we both had our coats on and we were absolutely sweltering. Mind you, saying that, we have both had these horrible colds, whatever it was. So, right, shake it out. We're going to go back to our cleans today because I wanted to do some more work on that this week. So, we'll go straight into the single cleans because I think everyone's really okay with the double hand cleans. So we're going to go straight into our single cleans. And first of all, we'll do it from the floor. Then we'll do it from the swing position. So this is our practice section where every week we do something different. We just practice all the different elements of kettlebells. So if they don't show up in this workout, we are reminding ourselves of them. And it's good to remind yourself of all, because it's so technical, some of it. So if you've got guards, pop them on now. If you haven't and you've got a watch on, make your watch face sit on the inside so you don't risk breaking it. So starting off then, we're going to go with our cleans from the floor. So your feet, your bell should be right in between your feet here. You're going to hinge at the hips and then you're going to grab your belt and you want to pull it up. This is slow motion. Up really close to the body, elbow drives down, and then you're bringing it into this position here. This is the racked position, so close and connected to the body. So I'll show you here, from here. And what that does is it means the bell doesn't go up and over, it kind of spirals around, and then you kind of twist and go down, and then back up again, okay? I'm going to show you from the side, so start to practice that yourself there. So we tap the bell down, we've got a nice hinge going on there, up, nice and close to the body. A few more times here. Now I want to show you what not to do. So if you just pause on your moves for a minute, what we don't want to do is swing the bell out and up and over. That actually made me nearly fall over. So we don't want to swing the belt out. It's got to be close to the body. So from here, nice and close. And it's all in that speed, okay? So I'm going to come and watch you guys. So you can swap hands. My hair looks so wild. I've just washed it and it goes a bit fluffy. So nice flat backs, hinge at the hips. And you bring it up nice and fast to your body. Excellent. Really good. You don't look so frightened this week with that, Sue. That's good. That's practice for you. That's really good. Yeah. So I look on the other side. Excellent. Really good. Yeah, nice. Really good. All right. Nice. Excellent. That's great. So let's take it out for a swing and clean this time. So with this one, it's not a swing really. That's actually quite misleading saying it's a swing and a clean. It's not. It's a hike and clean. So we hike it through our legs as if we are going to clean. And then we bring it really close up to the body. Again, now this one is more dynamic. So this one can feel a little bit kind of, you know, a little bit nerve-wracking at first. I'm going to show you from the side because it's the best way. So we've got that triangle on the floor. We hinge our hips, hike through the legs, and then think about bringing the belt up and down with your elbow. So hard down with the elbow. So we go through and clean, close to the body. From here, we're going to go back through the legs, back through, clean, back through, clean, back through and clean. And then you can either swap it to the other side or you can swing change and then go back to clean, okay? So let me watch those off you as well. So do maybe 2 or 3 on each side. Need my glasses. Excellent. Good, good. Okay. Make sure you swap over after a few times. That's it. Lovely. Good, good. Okay, so we're getting quite a bit of that up and over. We're getting quite a bit of, let me just stop you there and show you this, right? And it's all in, there's 2 things. It's in the path of the kettlebell, whether it comes up or whether it goes out, and also in the speed with which the elbow comes down. So it's got to be really quick. It's like a ballistic exercise. So we have to pull the bell really fast to our body. But the other thing to think about is how tight you're holding the kettlebell. So if your hand's really loose, that's going to slam on your wrist. If you kind of do a little bit of a tighter grip, if you do it too tight, it won't go round, and then you can hurt your hand. I know that's very subjective, isn't it? Like how tight is tight. But imagine that you've got like a rare butterfly in your hand. You mustn't let him go, but you mustn't squash him. So we don't do it really, really tight. We just want to make sure we've got a really firm grip on the bell. So I'm just going to show you from the side again. If the bell goes too far out when it comes through the legs, this is called casting the bell. If we cast the bell out too much, it will go up and over, okay? So from here, you see that's an exaggerated version of it. So through the legs and like that. That's too, my hand's too loose, the bell's going too far out, and I'm not really driving my elbow down fast. So now if I focus on keeping it super, super close and really drive that elbow down fast, think of like the Wild West, gunslingers. 3, 2, 1, gunslingers. So think about that sort of speed, right? So from the floor, hike and quick. And then you see that land, I'm going to come close to you. So here, it just lands softly and it goes round, rather than that, which really slams. So really close and really fast. Have a little go and then see if you can, and keep swapping sides, right? So watch how fast I'm doing that elbow. Really nice and fast. So that bell isn't banging, it's spiraling round, okay? Don't think too much about the path of it. Just think about the elbow down and keeping it close, and that spiral thing will happen. Yeah, see, that was it, Elaine. Did you see that? That was so much better. Excellent. So look at yours, Sue. That's it, Sue. That's much better. See, that one went a bit high, didn't it? That one was good. Really good. Good, good. Swap to the other side so you're not wearing out one side. That's really good, Elaine. Yeah, that's really, really good. Yeah, excellent. That was a good one there, Sue. Yeah. Yeah, really good. Really, really good. So you can feel the difference. Okay, rest it down, have a little drink. Good. I think the clean we use it to transition between different exercises. So if we're doing single swings, and then we go from a swing to a press, we want to be able to clean it in a nice, tidy way and not bang our wrists. So it's valuable to keep going over that one. All right, so let's go into our main workout then. So our main strength workout. So we've got a power clean to press. So we're going to do single hands today. From the floor, we go power clean and press. And then we're going to go back to the floor, power clean and press. So if you are still practicing, use a nice light bell for this one. We've got goblet squats. If you've got bad knees, the squatting is not for you right now, please march. Then we've got a 2-hand row up and down, and then a 2-hand swing. So we've got presses, squats, rows, pulls, and hinges with the swings, okay? So all the 4 basic human movements in there. So let's get started with our single, clean, and press, okay? So as always, we'll kind of walk our way through the first set, and then the second set and third set and so on, we'll do it a bit faster. So you want your bell close to your feet, lined up with your ankles. And I'll just start you off here. We hinge at the hips. We go clean and press and then tap. That's 1. So jump in with me now when you're ready. That's 2 and 3. So nice and close to the body. 4 and 5. Then we're going to tap that bell down. We're going to swap hands and we're going to go with the other side. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last one and 5. Excellent. Good. So the weights that you're going to use tonight, if you're practicing, still use your light weights. If you are just returning from a long period, use your lighter weights. If you're coming out the other side of a cold, use your light weights. Otherwise, use your heavy ones, challenge yourselves. All right, let's go for our squats then. So yeah, alternative to squats, if your knees are really bad right now, just march. We're going to do goblet squats. On round 2, I'll show you a little extra that you can add on if you want to, if you're feeling super strong tonight. So let's bring our bells up to here. Elbows are down, connected to our body. Adjust your feet however you need to get a nice low squat. So you can turn the toes out, you can take it wider. We're going to come down and push up. Now squeeze your bell in your hands. When you squeeze your bell, you switch on all the muscles around your upper body that keeps your back nice and strong and nice and straight. So from the side, here. What we're looking for is that we're not bending forward. We don't want to be bent forward like that, okay? So that's 5. Pop the bell down, shake it out. We're going to go 2-hand rows. So we're going to have the bell, we're going to deadlift the bell to here and then just pull it up for 10, okay? So ready, hinge the hips, grab hold of your bell, stand up. The bell's just dropped there beneath your hands. Roll the shoulders back and lift with your elbows up and down. And 2 and 3 and 4. Good. And 5. And remember, if 10 isn't the number for you today, just do whatever you can do for good reps, okay? I'd rather you do 8 really good quality reps than 10 with 2 of them that aren't that good, okay? I think that's around about 10. I'm going to do 1 for luck just in case. Pop it down. Excellent. Shake it out. And then we're going to go for our 2-hand swings. So some of you might want to have 2 different bells here. You might want to have a heavier bell for your 2-hand swings. You can go and grab that. And we're going to do 10 2-hand swings. So triangle on the floor, hinge the hips, push the hips back, hands on your bell, off we go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Grab yourself a drink, take a nice long deep breath. That's our set now. So we're going to go around and do that again. I'm going to give you a few more little options. And we're going to take less rest in between. So if you need extra rest, you're just going to cut off a few of the reps from each one of the exercises. So for example, instead of doing 5, you might do 3 or 4. Instead of doing 10, you might do 8. That's if you need extra rest, okay? Right, let's go with our clean and press. Whatever hand you started on last time, start with the opposite hand, if you can remember. Standing over our bell, actually I'm going to use the heavy one. Standing over our bell, we go. Hinge, hands on, clean and press. Tap it down. Clean and press. Good. And 3. And 4. And 5. So you see, even with a heavier bell, I'm not bagging my wrists here because I've got the technique down. It takes a lot of practice, this one. Swap hands, clean, press. And clean, press. So drive with the elbow, pull the elbow up and into your ribs. 3, 4, good, good. Last one, and 5, excellent. Pop it down, okay. So you've got either marches or squats. If you want extra, at the bottom of your squat, you're gonna do curl the bell, okay? So you're gonna do a little bicep curl at the bottom. Watch me if you wanna do that. It's an optional extra if you want more here, more of a challenge. So either marching, squats, or squat and curl. Ready? So we double hand clean the bell to here. We go down. And then if you want that curl, it's there. Up. And 2. Good, good. Whew. And 3. Make sure you keep your body upright. If you're curling, keep your tummy switched on. So you're really looking after your back. Last one. Excellent. And up. Brilliant. Pop that bell back down nice and safely. A little shake out, a short little rest. We're going to go for our 2-hand rows. Standing over your bell. So a deadlift first. We start this with a deadlift. So we hinge, hands on the bell. We stand up. Pull the shoulders back, off we go with the rows. 1, 2, we've got 10 of these. Lead with the elbows. 4, and 5, halfway. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Pop it down. Shake it out very quickly. We're going to go straight into our 2-hand swings. Ready for 10. Off we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Well done. Grab yourselves a drink. Take some nice long deep breaths here. Don't have your bells where I've got them like that and walk around them like that because that's a potential hazard. Do as I say, not as I do. Alrighty, so I am going to swap my bells out. I'm going to have a slightly heavier one for my swings. Over there. Oh, they match. That's lovely. All right, so back to your original starting hand. So whichever one you just used, start on the other one. We're going to try and get 2 more rounds of this out this evening so that we've had 4 sets in total, okay? So the clean and press, ready to go. Hinge, hands on, and clean, and press. And clean, and press. Beautiful. 3 more. Now, if you want extra rest, this is 4. You can take a little bit of extra rest now if you need it. If you come in with me, this is 5. We're going to swap hands and clean, straight in and clean and press. Beautiful. 3 more. Good. 2 more. And last one. And okay, good, good, good. Beautiful. Squats or marches with a little bonus curl if you want it. Your choice. Ready? Let's double hand clean that belt up. Widen your stance as much as you need to. Come down. So if you're doing 5 squats, you're probably going to finish a little bit before me. So that's fine. You'll get a little bit of extra rest. Beautiful. So if you can get all the way down with your elbows inside your knees, they rest on the knees or the inner thigh whilst you curl. So do rest there, because if you try and do that with your arms away from your body, that's quite tough and you might hurt your back, okay? So use that kind of bit of stability, elbows inside the knees. We're going to go for our double hand rows. So walking up to your bell, inside the feet, hinge the hips, hands on the bell, deadlift, roll the shoulders back. Oh, I've got an itch, that's no good. 10 rows, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, excellent. 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gosh, I was safely down, so deadlift it back down. I was going to go up to a heavier bell with those, but I'm actually quite glad I didn't now, because that feels tough. All right, 2 hand swings. So over the bell, 2 steps back, take your nice wide triangle, hinge at the hips, hands on the bell, squeeze those shoulders to switch on your lats. Ready? 10 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Woo-wee! Excellent. Grab yourselves a drink. We're doing really well for time. We are definitely going to get, let me just double check this one actually. Yeah, we're definitely going to get at least 1 more round in, and then we will move on to our little finisher. And the finish is very much about you leading how hard you work in that one. Okay, so taking on board how you're feeling, what your energy's like, what your recovery's like at the moment. And you know, how you performed last week, and do you want to try and increase your progress a little bit more? All right, so we are back to, for the final round, we're back to the original hand, okay? So you would have done 1, 2, 3, 4. So hang on a minute, I started on my left. So actually we did 1, 2, 3. So it's this one. I'm going back to this one. I may have confused you now. So yeah, back to the opposite hand now, okay? Yes, this was the first one. Here we go. And clean and press. Tap it down. Clean and press. Tap it down. Clean and press. Tap it down. 2 more, but take a rest after this one if you want extra rest. Remember as well, I forgot to say, you can push press here if you want to as well. No harm in that at all. Sometimes you will hear me say that we are doing strict presses, and on those sessions, we don't want to use that push press. We want to really like get the strength going in the arm. But for this one, if you get to here and you need a little push press, take it. That's fine. Last one. Oh, gosh. Wow. It's amazing. It just amazes me how, you know, how heavy bells can feel when you are a little bit like under par, less than normal. It's insane. All right, we're going to go for our squats. So you are marching. If you're marching, of course, hold on to that bell still. Squeeze the handles, squeeze your hands down. This will switch your whole torso on. It will switch your upper body on, and you'll be using muscles and your grip strength. Super important. So we're going to go squats or marches or a little bit extra, squat and curl. Find your stance here. Find the position that you need to do good squats. Ready? Big squeeze of the bell, down. Curl if you're curling, straight back up. So look, I'm going to show you from the side here. When you curl that bell, the idea is that your body shouldn't move. You should be able to use all of your stabilizing muscles against that force that's been like you're taking away from the body. So the challenge is, can't talk while I'm doing it. The challenge is here, I'm pulling the weight away from my body. So my body wants to lean forward, but I'm not letting it. So let's put that bell down. So not only are we squatting, we're using our biceps, but really using our strong core to stop ourselves being pulled forward with the bell. Good. 2 hand rows, I'm sticking to this bell because they get tough by the end. So we're standing back over our bell. We're going to deadlift. Ready? Hands on the bell. Stand up. Roll the shoulders back and off we go. 1, 2, 3, good. And 4, we want those elbows to come right up to the shoulders. If you start feeling like you can't quite get there, have a little breather and a rest, or that's the maximum numbers that you're going to do today. I think I've got 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Pop the bell down. Shake it out. We're going to do our last 10 swings. Let me just check. No, well, it's not going to be because we're doing swings in our finisher, but of this set. So bring it back to your nice triangle. Hands on your thighs, hips rather. Push the hips back. Hands on the bell. Squeeze. We're going to tip it back. We're going to go for 10 swings. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Wonderful. Have a little breather. Get your bells to one side. We are going to go for a little finisher now, but have a little drink and a breather. Get your breath back because we're going to go for a few minutes, kind of not really non-stop. It's your choice, but you are going to try and push yourself to do as many as you can, all right? So this is a swing, thruster, swing, okay? So I would go with a reasonably light or medium bell. I wouldn't go with your heaviest bell here. I would keep it light because the challenge is in the endurance. The challenge is keeping it going. So we're going to do 5 swings, 5 thrusters, which is a squat and press, squat and press, squat and press. So we're going to do 5 of those. Then from here, we're going to go back through the legs for another 5. That is 1 round. So we're all going to complete that. From there, you then decide if you continue the cycle. So from your 5 swings, do you rest the bell down or do you bring it back up for another set of thrusters? Over the weeks, what you should be doing is trying to add 1 little bit on every week. So for example, week 1, swing, thruster, swing, set the bell down. Week 2, you might try and go swing, thruster, set the bell down. And if that feels super, super hard, you might do that again in week 3. And then you might add on another one, okay? I am going to do it continuously to show you. If you want to do it continuously, you can hold it here for a pause to take a breather. Holding the bell in your hand is still hard work, okay? So we've got about 5 minutes. I don't think I'm going to go for 5 minutes non-stop. Let's see if my phone's working so I can get a timer going. Yes, look at that. There's no batteries gone. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to put a little timer on for 5 minutes. I'm going to do 4 minutes actually. I'll do 4 minutes because by the time I stop talking, it'll be 4 minutes. You can choose to try to go for as long as you can with the 4 minutes. Okay, so it's 5 swings, 5 thrusters, 5 swings, and then you choose to add more on if you want. Let's go. I'm going to try and show you what it looks like to keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5. Swing through the legs and clean. And here you can pause for a little few seconds. And then off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I might just stop here for a sec. And then I'm going to push it through my legs for 5 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clean. Might pause for a second. Down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here, you might put the bell down, have a little shake. We've gone just over a minute. So you might want to put the bell down for a little rest, or you might want to hold it here. I'm going 5 swings again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clean. A little pause. We've been going for a minute and a half already. Here we go. 1. Definitely take rest, especially if this is the first time you've done this kind of endurance set. 4. So the idea of this is that you build it up over the weeks. Woo! That's getting really tough now. We're about halfway through. I'm going to do 1 more set of swings, 1 more set of thruster, and then I'm going to rest. 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 5 thrusters, ready? And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, last one, and 5. Right, I'm going to go down and just set the bell down, have a little sip. It's about a minute and a half left to go. Take as much rest as you need. So over time, what you're doing is looking to challenge yourself more. So for example, if this kind of thing is really new to you, you might want to wait until your breath is completely back to normal. But if you're quite sort of skilled at this and you can really challenge yourself, you go back in while you're still out of breath. 1 minute to go, guys, okay? 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and clean. Here we go. 1. Of course, if your knees are bad, you can just do presses. Don't do the squats at all. You can just choose presses instead. Okay, we've got 30 seconds. I'm going to try and get a set of each to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clean. Here we go. And 1. You got 15 seconds. 2, 3. Oh, 2 more. We've got 5 seconds. 3 seconds. And last one. Perfect timing. Yes. Perfect. All right, grab yourselves a drink. Excellent. Wow, that really has blown me today, but in a good way. It's a good feeling. Excellent. Grab yourselves a drink. Let's take that breathing down to normal. You can guzzle your drink now if you want to. Just make sure you don't really inhale. Wonderful job. Okay. Let's take a nice big inhale. So make your body nice and loose. Bend your knees. and inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale one more time. Hands come up to the top, and we take ourselves over, pushing the hips this way, back up and over. Awesome. Good, good, good. Shaking it out. Let's go with our step backs then here. So we're going to step back, tuck in the pelvis under, reach up and stretch, lengthening out those hips. Beautiful. And then we're going to put our feet down at the back. We're going to turn the toes up at the front, and then we're going to sweep. Beautiful. Reach up. Change to the other side. Step back. So we tuck the tailbone under. We're going to reach up. Excuse me. Make sure we're doing all right for time. Yeah, good. Oh, we're good. We're really good. I think we stopped that a little bit early, actually, but never mind. Good, good, good. Step back, so flat foot at the back, toe comes up at the front, hinge the hips, and sweep. Excellent. Reaching up. We're going to come down for a little roll down here as well, and a nice little sway. So breathe in, hands on your thighs, and just roll down here, getting a nice little stretch on the back of your body and down your lower back. And we'll just sway here a few times. If you feel dizzy, don't worry about staying down here. Just stand up and sway your arms. Lovely. Rolling up nice and slowly. Excellent. Shake it out. We're going to do our quads. So all the way into one foot. We'll take this foot up, knees together. And then push your hips through there. Push your foot down into your hand. Excellent. Shake it out. Onto the other side. Up we go. Knees together. Excellent. Shake it out. All done. Well done, everybody. Thank you for coming.